If you're new to fasting, or maybe you've tried it before but you're struggling to see results, honestly, I'm not surprised. There is so much mixed information trying to sell you something. Fasting Tube is independent and focusing on real information. Let's get started with today's video.
The question, how did intermittent fasting change your life? Intermittent fasting has dramatically changed my life in more ways than one. However, I applied one more eating strategy to make it 10x more powerful. Here's a story on how intermittent fasting and applying the keto diet changed my life. In June 2016, my third child was born and we became a family of 5. It was an exciting time and our family was growing. 11 months after my son was born, we discovered some severe bruising all over his body. My wife took him to the hospital and they ran a blood test to see why he had so many bruises. My wife and I did a lot of research and we found a lot of possibilities of what my son could have, some of them being life-threatening. We didn't get the results back right away, but on his first birthday we received a phone call from the hospital and the doctor diagnosed him as having hemophilia type A. My wife and I were devastated. Severe hemophilia is a blood disorder. People who have hemophilia bruise very easily and do not have the necessary blood clotting factors to clot and stop the bleeding. Essentially, the bleeding takes longer to stop and if left untreated could be dangerous and even life-threatening. Also, people with severe hemophilia can have internal bleeding that could potentially be fatal. My newborn son will have to get 2 to 3 infusions a week, injections, for the rest of his life. Knowing all this left me in a state of depression, lacking the motivation, time and energy to do the thing I'm most passionate about, health and fitness. In just one short year, I gained over 50 pounds. I was putting on more and more belly fat every week. I got really depressed and I was desperate to find a solution. My cravings and hunger were so uncontrollable I started eating out of stress and stopped prioritizing healthy food. And slowly but surely, over the course of just 1 year, those first 10 pounds turned to 20, leading to me eventually waking up one morning not even recognizing myself in the mirror, almost 53 pounds heavier. I was sick and tired of depression and food controlling my life. My passion for health and fitness hit an all-time low. I was slowly digging my own grave. I became so depressed that I ate everything in sight and just didn't care about my health and the damage I was doing to my body. I was eating donuts, large plates of pasta, peanut M&Ms, chips and dip, pizza, you name it I ate it. It got so bad and became the most embarrassing when my friends and family began to notice how big my belly was getting. I was the heaviest that I had ever been in my entire life, and to say I was a health expert was not only deceiving others but I was deceiving myself. I felt like I was throwing my life away. Even my love life with my wife was in the gutter. I began to think that she just wasn't attracted to me like when we were first married. My relationship with my kids began to suffer because all I wanted to do was eat and then go hide in my room to sleep. I had absolutely no energy or drive to play with them. I started wondering and thinking to myself, how many years do I really have left? It was always in the back of mind when I went to sleep at night. Then one day, after seeing myself in the mirror, something triggered inside of me where I had the thought, enough is enough. I remember that day like it was yesterday. I was sick and tired of not being able to bend over to tie my shoes without getting out of breath. I was tired of neglecting my family and needed to be back in the driver's seat of my own life again. I was tired of food controlling my life. I had hit an all-time low and felt like a complete failure. Then, almost overnight, my life changed. It was November of 2017, right after Thanksgiving, and Christmas was right around the corner. If you have a big family, you know how expensive it can be getting gifts for your children. I wanted to give them a fantastic Christmas, so I went looking for a side job to make some extra cash. So I went online and found that UPS, United Postal Service, was hiring for holiday help. The job was only going to be between December through January. The job that they needed help with was to deliver packages in a specific neighborhood using a golf cart. You may have seen these in your neighborhood around the holidays. The job was intense with a lot of lifting and walking for hours, plus I never had time to take a break and eat. I wouldn't eat until I got home. In just 10 days I had lost 7 pounds without even thinking about it. It was at that moment that I was onto something, and something big. I lost 7 pounds in only 10 days without even thinking about it. What the United Postal Service taught me about fat loss. You see, while I was working for UPS, I only ate at certain times of the day. I did some digging and found through research that I was unknowingly practicing an eating method called intermittent fasting that our ancestors used to do thousands of years ago. What I found through countless studies is that intermittent fasting has a host of healthy benefits that include fat loss, increase in HGH, human growth hormone, to preserve lean and tight muscle. Cellular repair known as autophagy from unused proteins that increased lifespan. Cognitive function, more focus. Lower risk of type 2 diabetes. Preventing certain neurological diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's and dementia. Cancer prevention and cancer treatment. Insulin control. This results in weight loss. Once January rolled around, UPS no longer needed me because the holidays were over, but I still wanted to find a way to replicate my results back home so I could continue to burn fat. I thought, if I could continue to stay physically active, still apply intermittent fasting, I could double or even triple my fat loss results. I was really intrigued about this idea, but I wanted proof. I knew there was something about intermittent fasting that had to be linked to real research and published scientific literature. I found an enormous amount of studies that showed intermittent fasting combined with the keto diet had big benefits for the average person trying to lose weight, cure diseases, reverse diabetes, control insulin, reverse aging and much more. Fast forward a few months later and voila, I dropped an amazing 55 pounds and turned back the clock feeling like I did when I was in my 20s. Here's another huge benefit intermittent fasting has for the body. Found in the View the missing link. Japanese Nobel Prize winner Yoshinori Ozumi discovered a process that cells use to destroy and recycle old ineffective cells. This new discovery is known as autophagy, a Greek term for self-feeding. Autophagy is your body's way of cleansing itself, and it's a process that you can control by when and what you eat. Our cells create membranes that hunt out scraps of dead, diseased, or worn-out cells, gobble them up, strip them for parts, and use the resulting molecules for energy or to make new cell parts. These cells also use autophagy to destroy invading viruses and bacteria, sending them off for recycling, and they use autophagy to get rid of damaged structures. It's kind of like survival of the fittest. The process is thought to decrease the risk of cancer, infectious diseases, immunological diseases and neurodegenerative disorders. The process of autophagy has also been shown to slow down the clock, adding years to your life. Think of it as our body's innate recycling program. Let me put it this way. Imagine putting your garbage down the garbage disposal and out comes the other end tools and building materials to build a new kitchen, your bathroom and all the other rooms in your house. Well, that's what autophagy will do by simply eating in a particular feeding window. Conclusion. Well, that's my story, and by using intermittent fasting and keto my life has totally changed. I'm still losing weight and I haven't been in the 180s since I was in my 20s. I'm now 42 years old. Since discovering intermittent fasting and the keto diet, I have become an expert in both topics. I post regularly about both of these eating strategies and other ways to lose weight on my Instagram account. If you want to lose weight and want free advice, I would encourage you to follow me on Instagram. Simply go to my == profile page == and click the link in my bio that says, follow me on Instagram, and you'll be able to follow me on Instagram. I do videos and post tips every single day. I'm looking for 10 people that want to transform their body. Are you in? Send me a DM or comment below. For more answers, or a full guideline on fasting, check out the links in the description below.